Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you a brain dissection. So this was a pretty decent sized fish, probably like 100 grams or so hopefully it won't be too hard. Okay, let's see. First I'm just gonna get rid of some, these look like little blood clots. Sort of pull that away a little bit. Okay, so just to situate us, this back here is the hindbrain, which goes back into the spinal cord. This right here is the cerebellum, and these are the lobes of the midbrain right here. And in the front here are the two lobes of the telencephalon, or the forebrain, and then right in the middle here is the olfactory bulb. So the first thing we're going to do is flip over the brain to get the pituitary, which is usually really tiny and is stuck to the bottom here. So let's see, this may be it right here. Yep, so that's the pituitary. I'm going to save that. And all these tissues that we take, we flash freeze in liquid nitrogen, and then after we're done, we'll put them in the minus 80 degrees Celsius freezer. Alright, so next thing I'm going to get is the cerebellum, which we saw. So I'm going to flip this back over. So now what we want is this right here. And the brain is really gelatinous, and it gets mushier the longer it's out of the body. So some of this cutting is not quite an exact science. And seems that I have forgotten to make a foil. So give me 1 second. Alright, so now we're saving the cerebellum. Alright, now the next thing we're going to get is we're going to just slide the telencephalon sort of, and the olfactory bulb sort of off the rest of the brain. So I'm going to try to hold here and just gently slide. And what they're sliding off of is what goes into the optic nerve. Okay. So now we can just sort of cut off this extra optic nerve area. So we don't need that. Push that aside. Okay, so now we're looking at the telencephalon, and there's two lobes, and there's also the olfactory bulb. So if we kind of very gently just pull here, we should be able to separate the bulb from the telencephalon. Okay, so these balls are the lobes of the telencephalon, and this is the olfactory bulb right here. So we'll save those. All right, so next we need to take the midbrain. So orienting ourselves, this is the underside of the brain, hindbrain. I'm going to flip it back over, and we want these two lobes here, which are the midbrain. See, the brain is sort of getting a little mushier. We do a really shallow cut in the middle here. And then we can sort of peel the lobes away. And you can sort of see how it's not a very exact science, because there are delineations between the different parts. They're not very clear. Alright, now we have the midbrain, and the next step is going to be the IL little lobes, which, to be honest, I don't remember what that stands for. Let's take this blood off. And the IL are these two little balls, sort of these lumps right there. And though they're pretty hard to tell where they begin and end, so we're just going to kind of pinch and pull. And then the next, other side, sort of pinch and pull. Now we're going to separate this main big mass that's left right here is called the POA, and again I don't remember what that stands for at the moment. I never knew. So we're going to separate that from the hindbrain, and you can sort of see sort of a line right here. So I'm just going to split. Save the hindbrain and save the POA, and then we're done. So here's the hindbrain that we cut off, and there's the POA.